shows like this makes Netflix at the top of their game when it comes to original series, okay? They just do a great job of making you engage with their shows, right? It's your girl, Your Good Karma, and I'm back with another review. If this is your first time, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe because you're going to enjoy yourself. And after you finish enjoying the video, go ahead and share it with somebody so they can enjoy it too. So today, we are going to be reviewing the hot show on Netflix called Kaleidoscope. Honey, if you have not heard of it, you're about to hear of it, sit down and let's get right on it. If you have not heard of Kaleidoscope, Kaleidoscope is a show on Netflix. It's an 8-part series, and it plays like a kaleidoscope. So the definition of a kaleidoscope is a constantly changing pattern or sequence of objects or elements. And like the definition, everyone who watches the show watches it in a different order. So when I watched it, I had it in a certain order. Every episode is a color, okay? So like they had the color episode orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, red, pink, and white. And if you were to go play it today, your order would not be my order. My order wouldn't be your order. And there are 5,040 different orders that this show can play for you now. Some people have watched it in an order, then they go back, they watch it in another order, then they go back and they watch it in another order. I've only watched it once, and I'm going to put my order on the screen. Each color represents a different time in this heist that the characters are going to partake in. The show surrounds a thief named Leo who is going on a $7 billion heist. Now, hold on, let me tell you something. If a man named Leo came up to me and said, look, Karma, there's a heist that I'm pretty sure I could pull off, and it's worth $7 billion. We each got a role, and your role is this for $7 billion. Honey, he would have convinced me. $7 billion? Okay, even if we ain't get all $7 billion. Honey, I would have been down. So I can't blame nobody in the show for going on a $7 billion heist, honey. I think them playing this show like a kaleidoscope with the different colors and the different order and all of that made it so exciting to watch, because the way that I watch it is not the way that you watch it, right? So again, each episode has a color. Each color is a different time period around the heist, right? So there was 24 years before the heist, the day of the heist. There was weeks before the heist, and I'm going to put that on the screen as well. Now, some people didn't like the whole random order, and you watching maybe 6 months before the heist, and then you go 24 years before the heist, and then 6 months after the heist, and then the heist. Some people thought that that was like weird to watch. I actually enjoyed it because it made me like on the edge of my seat of like, okay, what's the next episode and what part of the story are we watching, and kind of piecing it together. I loved it. You can also look online, and if I have the screenshot, I'll put it here. And you can just go watch it in chronological order. You don't have to let Netflix autoplay it for you. You can just go to the episodes and play it in chronological order if you want to. But I challenge you to let those colors do what they do. I've only watched it once. I do plan on going and watching it again to see what order they give me. But y'all, this show was amazing. And I think that's what made it so exciting about the Kaleidoscope and it just playing in different orders. And if you're on Twitter, make sure you follow me on there. Twitter blew up when this show came out, and everybody like giving their order, everybody telling what color it started with. I started with orange and ended with white. All of the episodes, all of the season, all of the sequences end with white. The actual heist is always meant to be the season finale or the series finale. And man, it was amazing just to experience that on Twitter and us talk about it. I think a lot of these shows owe Twitter some kind of award for making their show what it is, because sometimes these show air and you get on Twitter to watch it with other people, to comment on it with other people, and it just makes it that much more great. So here were the interesting things to me about the show. One was the character Leo, played by Giancarlo Esposito. I hope I'm saying that right, because listen, Giancarlo needs his flowers. He has been on the Breaking Bad. He was in Spike Lee movies. He has just given us so much art over the years. And honey, he's still fine too. Okay, he aging like fine wine, honey. Giancarlo just is an amazing actor. And I hope that they give him his flowers, because he did this freaking show. It surrounds his character named Leo. Now, Leo is a thief, okay? Has been a thief relatively his whole life. He has a wife and a child. And at one point he decides, like, I don't want to be a thief anymore. Like, I want to go on the straight and narrow. And what he decides to do, which I think can strike a lot of people's hearts, he decides to go in business for himself. There are so many people today that want to go in business for themselves. And when they actually get into it, and they actually get into the nitty gritty, and they're not making the sales, they're not doing, it's not doing what they're supposed to do, it's very discouraging. And that part about it really hit home for me, because it's like, today, social media really pushes, not to go there, but social media really pushes, like, be your own boss, open your own company, do your own business, but they don't tell you how hard it is. And he spent up a whole bunch of money just, trying to open this business for him and his family, and he had no customers. I mean, he had to even deal with disgruntled customers in there, just getting a key remade, just being very ugly to him. Social media doesn't show that side of being your own boss and all the other kind of stuff. So for him going to living this very untrustworthy lifestyle, being a thief and all that, right? And then him trying to open his own business and it being hard for him was just like, listen, a lot of people go through that, especially from the pandemic, like trying to open your own business, be your own boss, and it's just not working. A lot of people end up having to go back to work, and it was very discouraging for them. So that part of the show, it really hit home for me, because it's a lot of people's stories. So Netflix did a great job at that. So for those that haven't really watched it, not to give it away, he goes and tries to do one last thieving job, right? But it blows up in his face in a very horrible way. His friend betrays him during that stealing job, right? Because it was his friend's idea. His friend that he always steals with, he was still to get him out of trouble. He was still to not only help himself out, but to help his friend out. And his friend kind of convinced him, like, hey, come do this one more thing with me. We could make all this money. His business is not going well. Thieving and stealing is all he knew. So it was like, let's just do it that one last time. And some of their jobs did used to go bad, but they will always come out better and with the money. So he thought, hey, this is just going to be one last time. And after he promised his family that he wouldn't do it, that one last time cost him everything. So he ends up going to jail, right? Leo goes to jail. In jail, he ends up getting a Parkinson's diagnosis, and the doctor telling him, you maybe have this many years before your symptoms get really, really worse, and your quality of life is just not going to be what it's supposed to be. So he gets out, and a lot of things happen. I don't want to give it away if you haven't watched it, but a lot of things happens to where he is going to do this $7 billion heist. Now, I don't know about you. If somebody has a Parkinson's diagnosis, and they used to be a thief, they did all these years in jail, they lost everything, and they're trying to get it back. The kicker is the $7 billion he's going to steal is from his old friend that betrayed him back in the day. Listen, let me tell you, this show was great. Just please go watch the show. Now, if you have not watched it, click off here, because I'm about to spoil just a little bit going forward. If you have watched the show, okay? When they do the actual heist, right? So in my order, of course, the heist is last for everybody, but they actually didn't get the $7 billion, right? And it's like, who stole the $7 billion? Who freaking did it? Okay. I'm thinking of somebody in the crew, baby. I thought it was Bob and Judy. Baby, I thought it was his little lover. I didn't know who did. I was like, yo, who got the $7 billion? Whole time, his daughter then took the $7 billion, ma'am. Now, she did try to tell him, Daddy, look, you do not need to do this. Like, these people are going to come after you for their $7 billion. You do not need to do this. However, girl, Girl, now it's $7 billion. Now I didn't pull off a $7 billion job, honey. I am scot-free to go. I understand you think the people gonna come after me, but baby, leave me with a couple of dollars. Baby, she left her daddy with construction paper, but that's what he get because a long time ago, he promised her that he wouldn't do that. And he had a decision to make once he got out of jail to be in her life or continue this life of crime that will ultimately get him killed and take him away from her even longer or forever for that matter. And he still wanted to do it. So she just wanted to be upright, right? Because she was kind of going in the direction when she was younger of being a thief. Like she would try to learn little things to steal, and she was able to steal like things in a diner. And so, you know, she was in on the heist. She was in on it at first, but she changed her mind and got those people back their money. But again, I was like, girl, give your daddy at least $1 million. Tell him the little money fell out of something. She did that so great and so awesome. But at the same time, it's like, damn. I do honestly, though, like that scene between him and her, how she was like, I am the daughter of you and mom, and we are good people. And this is what good people do. Right? She had to let him know, like, you're not this man. You're not this person. And he still ended up getting his revenge, which he should have, honey. That friend was wrong. That friend killed that wife. That friend could have grabbed her. He got scared. He didn't want to go to jail. And he left that woman to die. But I'm glad he got his revenge, but at the same time, like that scene was just so powerful between Leo and his daughter, Hannah. I loved it. I think I rewound just that part like 5 times. Talk about some of the other characters. So girl, let's talk about Judy, because Judy got on my last nerve the whole show. Judy was so horrible to stand, and baby, she couldn't see through Bob. Bob just was the most horrible husband, boyfriend, or whatever he was ever in life. Why was you with Bob? What did you see in Bob? Bob was just a horrible person. And Judy was just, her and Bob, I couldn't stand either one of them. And poor Stan. Stan was so in love with Judy, and Judy just would do him wrong. You know, there is a study that says the worse you treat a man, the more he loves you. And I think it's for true, because look how Judy treated Stan. And Stan just was in love. He didn't care what Judy did to him. Got another man, all this other kind. He didn't care what Judy did to him. He was in love with her. I do think that it was interesting because, you know, one of the episodes ends and you don't know who tried to kill Bob, or, you know, you thought Bob was dead. And the whole time it was Judy. Oh, now you want us to stop him. Girl, you should have stopped him 4 episodes ago, honey. Because he was off the chain, killing up folks during the heist. Trying to get $7 billion that they didn't have. You killing up people unbeknownst to you for construction paper. Now, I do want to say that Bob's death scene was beautifully shot, honey. When he went to fall over and how the camera followed him and he hit the ground, I absolutely loved it. Judy realizing that he came for her, like it was just, and that he was alive, you know, because when they announced that he was dead, she tried to be like, oh my God, who killed him? Girl, you did, okay? Acting. But I thought that scene was great. Now, I will say it shows like this one, okay? So how you can watch the show in 5,040 different orders. Shows like Black Mirror, shows like Love, Death, and Robots. Shows like this makes Netflix at the top of their game when it comes to original series, okay? They just do a great job of making you engage with their shows, right? Their shows, you know, and how they're limited series. You know, for me, I don't even like to watch TV shows these days because, like, you get into it by the 3rd season, it's canceled, and you're just left with a cliffhanger. Like, oh my God. Now, Netflix does that too, because they did that on Altered Carbon, and I'm still not over Netflix. Y'all done pissed me off, and I want it back. However, they're still top of their game when it comes to original series for shows like this when it's a limited series, and you kind of get your conclusion all in one thing. I loved this show. So when we're going to rate it out of 5 stars, for me, oh my God, I have to give it 5 out of 5 stars. I had no complaints about anything in this show. The acting, the directing, the visuals, the storyline, the plot. I mean, it just kept you on the edge of your seat. And again, the fact that I can go watch this show again is going to play in a different order, that I can go play it in chronological order. I think that just makes it amazing. And do you understand how smart that is? To get people to watch a show that has a beginning and an ending over and over and over again, and changing the sequence over and over and over again. Beautifully done and absolutely smart. Good job, Netflix. Listen, if you have not, make sure you go watch Netflix Kaleidoscope today. Go stream it. Let me know which order yours played in. Drop it down in the comments and which order yours played in if you already watched it. If you have not, make sure you go do that. Did you like the show? Are you a person that has to watch something in chronological order, or can you watch it in any order and let it play just how it did? Did you watch it more than once, or did you only watch it once? Let me know in the comments and let me know how you rated the show. Listen, thank you so much for watching. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you check out some of my other reviews on my channel and my other vlogs, because this is this channel is about. We're going to be reviewing and watching stuff and reviewing all kind of stuff together. And it's going to be a fun time. And if you have anything that you would like me to review, any limited series shows, and listen, don't come in my comments talking about you want me to review some Grey's Anatomy, okay? I stopped at season 16. I am done. They need to be over with that show, okay? But if there's a movie that you would like for me to watch, I'm down to watch any kind of movie that's good, any kind of limited series show. We're going to watch it and review it over here and give our commentary. So once again, thanks for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next review. Bye!